because both parties are disappointing. It makes sense to vote independent. Some of you are independent. You have a candidate. I am Mark Stewart Greenstein. I'm the only candidate on row C. Take a look if you're in District 1. And hopefully, not just because the other guys are weak or because the parties are bad, I'll get to that, but because there's a lot of good here. And take a look at StewartForLiberty.com. MSG for Farmington, that's me, would do a lot more if on the council. But even if I don't make it, a good resounding vote, 10% or more, for an unheralded independent makes a difference. And it makes a statement by you that we don't have to put up with the two parties that are not very representative. Some of you are Republicans and Democrats who are disappointed with your own parties. A vote for an independent propels parties to shape up. I would like that, because neither party is doing well and they're both becoming divisive. Their leaders are becoming intentionally divisive. My opponents, they're good people. They might even be great people. But Peter, Brian, Joe, they are tied to parties that are bad. Brian knows better. The Democrat leadership is crazy, and yet he's in with that mob. Peter and Joe, they have a tougher road because the Republican leadership is all over the place. They could be standing aside, but instead you give them one opinion. What do you think about Trump? Oh, I can't comment. Look, in 5 years, everyone has an opinion on Trump. But if you don't get steadfastness in comments, there's a good chance you're not going to get stand up when they're on the council trying to stand up for Farmington. None of the incumbents have stood up for a strong Farmington. Have you heard any of them say, no CRT here? Have you heard any of them say, we're not going to force our daughters to compete against males? Or we're going to keep males out of our daughters' school locker rooms? Or even, we're going to finally widen Route 4. We in Farmington need to be able to stand up for every one of those things. And finally, not one stands for lowering taxes. I, independent, Mark Stewart Greenstein, am the only one for a low mill rate. I'd like to see it in the teens. 7-0. The current council puts before us a proposal that raises it significantly. We're close to the 30s now. And they did it with official stationery mailed to every household that was misleading about taxes. That is bad representation. I used to be a Republican. Okay, Republicans used to look out for our pocketbooks. Not these guys, at least not at this time. Let them go. Let maybe P, B, and J come back in a couple of years as more stand-up. And thank yourselves for putting them on the sidelines for a little bit. Okay? I don't have to be here in a couple of years. But right now, independents deserve to be voted upon well, probably not going to win, but voted upon with fervor so that next round, maybe more independents come out. Next round, maybe more party stalwarts say, hey, we don't have to buy into this crap from leaders that are not very good leaders. I am the candidate who will look out for your wallets. I'm the candidate who will look out for Farmington issues better than the incumbents now. Please take a look, StewartForLiberty.com, and it is row C. I'm the only one there on Election Day.